You've probably heard the word Kaizen thrown around a lot, especially in business or self-improvement circles. But what if I told you that the popular definition, the one we all use, is actually missing its most powerful part? Today, we're going to uncover the true meaning that often gets completely lost in translation.
Right. Whenever you hear Kaizen, your brain probably jumps straight to continuous improvement. It's become this huge business buzzword. But here's the thing. According to the people who inherited this philosophy directly from its source at Toyota, that's not quite right. In fact, it's the start of a massive misunderstanding.
The real power of Kaizen, the thing that makes it so profound, has been hidden for decades, and it all boils down to one simple but absolutely crucial error in translation that has pointed pretty much all of us in the wrong direction.
So, let's set the record straight. We're going to break down the word we think we know and compare it to the concept we really need to understand.
Okay, so this right here, this is the big aha moment. The Japanese term for what we call continuous improvement isn't actually Kaizen, it's Kai-ryo. Now, Kai-ryo is an external thing. Buying new equipment, investing in better materials. It's about spending money. Kaizen, though, that's an internal force. A way better translation is continuous self-development, a process that happens entirely inside your own mind.
And this distinction changes everything. See, continuous improvement isn't the definition of Kaizen at all, it's the result of it. All those external gains are just a side effect of the real work, which is internal. It's like we've all been focusing on the fruit while completely ignoring the root of the tree. So here it is. This is the definition passed down from the protege of Taiichi Ohno, the father of the Toyota production system. Kaizen is about continuous self-development. It's about digging deep and reviving your own human potential, building the willpower to constantly shatter your own status quo. It's not about a new machine, it's about a whole new mindset. Okay, so if Kaizen is this deep internal process, what actually drives it? What makes it go? Well, the answer lies in another key Japanese concept, and this one is the real engine behind the entire philosophy. The engine of Kaizen is Hansei. It's basically the practice of self-criticism. Now, I know, especially in the West, criticism sounds like a bad word, right? But in this context, it's all about honest, deep reflection. It's the mechanism that forces you to see that no matter how much you've achieved, there's always room to grow. Let's make this a little more concrete with an analogy. Imagine you've been working incredibly hard, and you finally reach the summit of a huge mountain. You did it. You hit your goal. You feel amazing, successful. But then you look out from that summit, and for the very first time, you see them. Even higher peaks on the horizon that you never even knew existed. Hansei is the mindset that kicks in right there. It asks you, are you going to stay satisfied on this little peak, or are you going to accept the challenge of that next, even higher one? And this brings us to a really wild, counterintuitive idea. The fuel for this endless climb isn't just rainbows and positive thinking. No, it's the uncomfortable stuff. It's feeling disappointed or angry or even jealous. The Kaizen philosophy teaches you to take these so-called negative emotions and actually harness them as incredibly powerful fuel for growth. This quote just nails it perfectly. Think about it. A muscle literally cannot grow stronger without resistance, without some measure of pain. And it's the exact same for our professional and personal development. If you're always avoiding that discomfort, all you're really doing is choosing to stagnate.
Now, this idea of growth through struggle isn't just for us as individuals. It actually scales up, and when it does, it reveals something really profound about what it means to be a true leader.
So let's jump back to our mountain analogy. You've done it. You haven't just climbed a mountain. You've scaled the tallest one there is. You're the CEO, the top of your game. There are no higher personal peaks for you to climb. But then, you look down from your summit, and what do you see? You see your team, your people, all struggling on their own separate, smaller mountains. A real Kaizen leader understands that their journey isn't over, not even close. In fact, the most important part has just begun. The path for a Kaizen leader requires a pretty radical shift in how you think. First, you have to deny your own satisfaction in your personal success. Then, you actually hold yourself accountable for your team's struggles. You accept their challenges as if they were your own, and it's that shift that unlocks your greatest potential as a leader. All right, let's tie all of this together with the final and most important mindset shift that this whole philosophy is really built on.
At the end of the day, Kaizen isn't a target you can hit or a box you can check. It's not a destination. It is the continuous, never-ending internal process of challenging your own mindset. It's the engine you use to constantly break the status quo for yourself and for the people around you.
This quote really just cuts right to the heart of it all. I know it sounds harsh, but it's not about being miserable. It's about staying hungry. It's about understanding that deep satisfaction is the real enemy of growth. The moment you become fully satisfied, well, that's the moment you stop climbing.
So that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. What's that one achievement in your life right now that you feel really satisfied with? And because of that satisfaction, what higher peak, what greater goal might you be completely ignoring?